Okay, today we'll be discussing quadratic equation, and the first thing we want to get to is factorization, how to factor a quadratic equation and thereafter get our solution, that's the roots. So let's get on with this question. So now we have a question here, x squared minus 8x plus 15 equals 0. So the first thing you would want to do is multiply the leading coefficient, the leading term, which is what? X squared, and there's a quadratic term, the coefficient of the quadratic term, which is 1 times 15 here. I'm saying 1 here because in this case it's 1, but there are cases where they are greater than 1 or less than 1. You also want to take note of those things. So but here is 1, so we have 1 times 15 is 15. Keep that number. Then the second thing you want to do is take the number, the middle term, that's the linear term, which is just minus 8x minus 8. You take that. Now ask yourself, what two numbers will you multiply to get a 15? And what two numbers will you add to get a negative 8? Now the best way to arrive at that is get the products, the factors of 15. You have 1 and 15. What do you have again? 3 and 5. I think this is everything about factors of 15. Now, which combination looks like something that can give you an 8? It's best with this place. Now you know these numbers are about, they are close to your answer. So the next step you want to ask yourself, how can you get a negative 8 with these two numbers and still get a positive 15 with these two numbers? The only way is to put them in negative 10. This by this give us negative 15, and this negative 3 plus negative 5 give us a negative 8. So this, in this way, we have these two numbers. We're going to make then we say x minus 3 and x minus 5. Now this is the factor of this. In case they ask you to factorize, you stop here. In case they ask you to factorize, you stop here. Now there is a 1 here, so we divide it through by 1, but it doesn't really reflect. Dividing a number by 1 doesn't change it, so I won't have to go to that point. Now this is the factor of this. If they ask you to look for the roots, set each bracket equals 0. You're going to get x equals 3 and x equals 5. Now these are the roots of the expression, of this equation. For values of x3 and values of x5, if you put them in here, you're going to get a 0. Now let's take another example. The one with a coefficient greater than x squared, where x squared greater than 1, so that we can see what I'm trying to say. 2x squared minus 5x. Let's take it 2x squared negative 5x negative 3 equals 0. So I wrote the questions by this side, some of the questions. So now let's start. The same thing we did, but now it's not 1. So some things will be adjusted. 2 times negative 3 is what? Negative 6. Then 2, then we take the number at the middle, which is negative 5. So what two numbers, if we multiply, we get is 6. And if we add them, those two numbers, we're still going to get a negative 5. In the same vein, get the factors of 6. Factors of 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Which combination looks like something that can give us a 5? In truth, the two of them look like what can give us a 5 if you go about it well. But now, which of them looks like what can give us a negative 5 and a negative 6? For us to get a negative 5 and a negative 6, we have to use this. Because if we use this, negative 2, negative 3 will eventually give us negative 5. But in the event of multiplying the two values, so we will get a positive 6. Negative 2 and negative 3 will give us positive 6. And we're not looking for positive 6. So we're going to take this one here. Positive 1, negative 6 will give us negative 6. Positive 1, negative 6 will give us negative 5. So we have 1 and negative 6, 1 and negative 6. So these are the numbers we need. We'll enter them. X plus 1 and x minus 6 equals 0. Now, for what I explained to you initially, the coefficient is greater, is not 1. So whatever it is here, divide through. So you're going to have x plus 1 over 2 and x minus 3 equals 0. Now, you set each one. This is the factor. You can rewrite, if you multiply through, this is x plus 1 over 2 equals 0. If you multiply through by 2, you're going to get 2x 2 times this 2x, 2 times this 2 cut out, you have 1. This times this 2 times 0 is what? 0. So you have 2x plus 1. So you can also rewrite this as what? 2x plus 1. Then you have what? Your x minus 3 equals 0. Now we can set each one equals to what? 0. 2x plus 1 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0. So that x will be equal 3 and x will equal negative 1 over 2 in this case. So that's the two I want to take for a factorization method. I'll go to computing the square. So I think we've done this and this is good. Thank you very much for watching.